In case anybody was wondering, I was the three-point shooting coach in the first quarter, and now I tell you what, great win against a very good basketball team. Florida State, they've caused problems for a lot of different people this year. Brooke does a tremendous job with that group. They have some very talented players, so we knew it was going to be tough going in. So getting off to the start that we got off to was very, very important for us. Started off with Kayana Traylor, hit a couple threes. Georgia followed suit. I think Kayla hit a couple. In a day where Liz really didn't get going because of foul trouble, we had a lot of people step up. Taylor Soule did a good job. So collectively, I thought it was a great effort. We're in a gauntlet right now. Obviously playing at NC State on Monday, and then Florida State, and then we got Duke coming up on Thursday, and NC State again. So we just understand that we're taking it one game at a time. This is a veteran group, and I think that they're used to that, and they're not looking ahead, and they know the task at hand. So I was very proud of our kids, the way they played throughout the basketball game.
Start for questions with Mark.
Kenny, second straight game, you guys took control there early. Are you seeing just a different mentality? All of a sudden, a switch is flipped there, I guess?
Yeah,
what have you seen lately?
I think it's coming together. Kids are really understanding what their roles are, and we knew it was going to take a little bit of time, and now, because I've said this all year, you don't just plug and play kids. We had to integrate Taylor Soule into what we were doing. We see a different scheme every day, every game for Liz, and the kids are understanding. They've seen everything now. George is playing phenomenal right at this point. And we have a lot of kids who can step up. Case in point, we play against UVA, and Kayana Traylor is the one who has 25. Then we come out today, and Taylor Soule has 18. George has played well the last couple games. Kayla King has started to hit some shots, for us. So we have so many different weapons, and we don't just have to rely on one area. And they're understanding that, and they're feeling good about themselves. And I think our defense is getting better too. We got kind of a little bit lackadaisical at the end because we were just trying to not foul, but. I thought we took away some of the things from Tanaya Latson, who's a terrific player. So, and we have multiple people who can guard them. Tonight it was KT who had the assignment of Gardner. Kayla King has the ability to do it. Taylor Soule has the ability to do it. And so it's a lot of fun watching them mature into what they are. And I think that we're playing our best basketball at the right time.
What were you seeing there in the first quarter to explain all those points, all those three-pointers?
You know what? I know that they're capable of doing what they did. And I see them shoot every day, and they can step up and they can knock them down. I think they feel like they're in a groove right now. Kayla King is shooting the ball better. When she shoots the ball better for us, it gives us an opportunity. It opens up a lot of things. I had Georgia this morning when we were at shoot-around, and we went before shoot-around, and the way she was shooting the ball in shoot-around, I was like, man, she might go for 30 today because it looked great coming off of her hand. It was the same way at NC State, and nobody works harder on their shot. Kayana Traylor, we know that she can step up and knock them down when she's confident, and we just got the good looks. And I think they were really focused on stopping Liz inside, and I thought we got some really good looks, and we capitalized on them.
Coach, you talked about stepping up today, and Liz Kitley got in foul trouble early. So how big was Deja Gregg and her 12 rebounds for you guys?
No, she's been playing great. She's like our sixth starter, and she knows her role, accepts it, understands it, and executes it very, very well. So she's a big part of what we're doing. She's been playing great as of late, and when she's in the basketball game, we don't think of her as a substitute. She's out there and she does some things that some of our starters can't do. And the only reason she doesn't start is because we can't start 6 people. So, but she's been phenomenal, and I've been very proud of her. I don't even remember what game it was. I think it was a Syracuse game. She almost had a triple-double. So she stuffs the stat sheet, and she does a really good job for us.
Coach, this is the second straight season that VT has won 20 games. What progress have you seen, and what gives you optimism about the program?
If you dig a little bit deeper, I think we've won 20 games every year I've been here, except for the COVID year. When we were limited in games, but the difference is, and I'll tell you what the difference. We're winning the right games now. Early on we won a lot of games early, and we used the WNIT to get to that 20 wins. Now we're beating ranked opponents, and we are a ranked opponent. We are a ranked team. So I thought we took that step last year. Started to take it a couple of years ago when we started beating the right teams, the ranked opponents. The teams that are top of the ACC. And we're starting to do that now. And so we position ourselves nationally to be able to be one of the best teams in the country. I think we're like, 11th right now. Could move up this week. But we're a good basketball team. We're a good basketball team who's getting better. And so it's a lot of fun watching them. But when they step out on the court now, they expect to win. When we play against some teams now, when we were chasing them, we were the young ones, and now we're older. We're a veteran basketball group, so it's a lot of fun watching them handle certain situations without me. Georgia can come over to me now, and we have conversations, and she tells me what she wants to do, what she thinks will work, as opposed to waiting for me to tell her what to do. And so it's a lot of fun watching them do that.
Liz got in foul trouble. You switched to the zone. What'd you like about how not just Deja, but everybody else kind of just picked up? Georgia's kind of there when you guys needed some buckets, when it seemed like Florida State was chipping away at it and got it down to 12.
Yeah, and no question in my mind, Liz is the best player in the ACC. She's probably the most schemed opponent that people look at. And for us, the beauty is that we're going to rely on her a lot, but we don't have to rely on her to win. We have other people who can step up, and I think Georgia Amore is one of the best guards in the country. Kayana Traylor is one of the best guards in the country. Taylor Soule has come in here and sacrificed, and but she's one of the best players in the country. Kayla King is one of the best shooters in the country. So we have a lot of people who can step up and do a lot of different things for us. So when Liz goes out, it shifts our focus a little bit, but we don't panic. We don't panic, and today they stepped up and they did a really good job for her. The zone's been good for us the last 3 games. We've kind of timely used it. We don't come out with it, but we'll play you, and it's really helped us a lot. Kept us out of foul trouble a couple times. But I like it, and we'll continue to use it. But we have a team that is capable of anyone can step up and have a great night. Case in point, I think all those 5 I mentioned have scored at least 25 points in a game this year. So it's crazy.
Ashley, she's back. What's her status? Well, I know, is it hard when everybody's playing so well to put her in, and then you're playing a ranked team game in, game out, and the heat of the moment? What would you like to do with her more? What's kind of her status?
Yeah, it's really the timing of it is just not fair to her. And she was out during a critical stage, and she played like 3 or 4 games. She was starting to figure some things out. It still was nowhere close to being comfortable with what we were doing, and that's why I always talk about, you don't just plug and play the transfers. And we have a totally different system, and she missed 2 months that were critical for her development in our system. And even in those 2 months, we got to the point where we were developing chemistry. And so when she comes back, it's just hard because she's right in the middle of the ACC race, and everything is just trying to get going. And we have some kids who are playing well. My job is to make sure that we're winning, and we're trying to get her in as much as we can to get her comfortable, and we're trying to get her some reps in practice. But the hard part is, it's hard to get her reps in practice because you don't want that to be to the detriment of the rest of the kids who need rest. And so now when she's getting up some of her reps, it's usually not with the first team, because you can't just run Elizabeth into the ground. You can't run Georgia into the ground. And so it's been a little touch and go, and she's still trying to learn our system on the fly. So I applaud her because she comes to work every day, and I know she wants to be a bigger part of what we're doing. But it's just so hard right now because we are in a groove, we are working hard, and she's still trying to learn and figure out what we're doing.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
All right, guys.